Everything you need to know about a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, the game changer, the rule breaker, the iconic, the most awarded SUV in North America for I don't even know how long. More Car and Driver, Ajax, Motor Trend awards than any other SUV. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this particular Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, the Jeep Grand Cherokee was released by the Jeep Company in 1993, iconically busting through a glass window and appearing on the scene. Jeep wanted a 4x4 off-road vehicle that was also going to be incredibly popular in the city. And man, oh man, was it ever popular. In 1999, they came out with the second generation Jeep Grand Cherokee, which had a much more round shape, more similar to what you're looking at today. Also unbelievably popular and one of the most successful vehicles that the Jeep brand had ever come out with. In 2005, we got the third generation Jeep Grand Cherokee. This was the first time that the Jeep Grand Cherokee experimented with an SRT model. That's right, putting a 6.1 liter V8 engine into a high performance SUV. That began a trend that spanned across multiple other automotive brands, and you had companies like BMW and Mercedes making high performance SUVs like the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. Then this one is the best of the best. In 2010, Jeep released the WK2 model Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it wasn't long after they came out with the SRT variant. This is a 6.4 liter V8 powered 475 horsepower family SUV. And I can't wait to tell you more about this particular one, not only because it's a super exciting SUV, but also because it's my wife's.
I'm Jeff Batchelor, and I love cars. I love the look, I love the design, and I love the emotion that you feel. I love the history, brand stories, marketing strategy, and automotive trends. I love engineering, types of propulsion, engine specs, drivetrain, and performance, and I love the interiors, layouts, smell, and the gizmos and gadgets and bells and whistles. But I don't only love cars, I also sell them. If you love this content and want to chat about a purchase, text me at 416-523-6585. Now back to the video.
Now, powering this Grand Cherokee is a 6.4 liter Hemi SRT V8. It packs 475 horsepower as well as 470 feet-pound of torque. That puts this family SUV 0 to 60 miles an hour in only 4.4 seconds. And that ain't all. This SUV also has a tow rating of over 7,200 pounds. Is there really anything the Jeep Grand Cherokee doesn't do well? So the Jeep Grand Cherokee is Jeep's mid-sized luxury SUV. It's a two-row SUV with a ton of different trims. In the WK2 platform, the Jeep Grand Cherokee was so popular at its most options had 12 different variants. That's because Jeep Grand Cherokee owners loved their Jeep Grand Cherokee so much that all they wanted to do was replace it with another Jeep Grand Cherokee. There are the Laredos, the Altitudes, the Limiteds, the Limited X's, the Overlands, the High Altitudes, the Trailhawks, the Summits, and at the top of the food chain was always the SRT. That's right, nearly 500 horsepower in a beautiful, luxurious 4x4 off-roader. It was the cream of the crop all the way until 2018. Jeep decided to throw the 700 horsepower Trackhawk engine in it until 2021. But this one, it's the SRT. It does everything well. It's a luxury vehicle. It's a high performance vehicle. It's a safe vehicle. Now, the Jeep Grand Cherokee has a lot of mid-sized competitors. Whether you compare it to a Ford Explorer, a Toyota 4Runner, or any other mid-sized SUV, really, there aren't very options that have the luxury, the off-road capability, and the performance. I like to compare our Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT to the BMW X5 that we just had. Another incredible V8 powered 500 horsepower two-row SUV that looks deadly. Now, one of the biggest reasons this Jeep Grand Cherokee was so popular was because of its looks. Even though the first Jeep Grand Cherokee of this model came out in 2010, all the way until its last year of production, 2021, Jeep Grand Cherokees have been turning heads and catching people's attention. Now, the SRT is built completely different. Different front bumpers, different rear bumpers, different hood. It really gives it a unique look. All right, now looking up front at this Jeep Grand Cherokee, this Jeep looks mean, all right? It has different bumpers, headlights, grills, and fog lights than the typical Jeep Grand Cherokee. As you can see, the skirting is different than the normal Jeep Grand Cherokee. Everything about this gives this Jeep a mean, menacing, and commanding stance. On the hood, you can see there's two great large heat extractors. And again, these are some of the options that really set this Jeep apart from all the other Jeep Grand Cherokees in the lineup. This Jeep sits on a massive set of 20-inch rims. Tires are 295 wide. In between those spokes, you can see the red Brembo brakes sticking out. Great big 6-piston calipers in the front and 4 pistons in the back. Plenty of power to stop this 5,100-pound machine. Along the sides, really sharp lines and angles. Now, another thing you'll notice on this Jeep Grand Cherokee is the little black front splitter, the black trim around the windows, the black trim around the taillights, and the black trim around the dual exhaust pipes. Most Grand Cherokees usually have chrome all over them, but one of the easiest ways to get rid of all the chrome on your Jeep Grand Cherokees was to step up to the SRT package. Now, you will not be disappointed with the interior of your Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. There are mainly two different ways you could get the interior option. The standard way, which came with a deep bucket, leather, and Alcantara suede seat, or if you optioned for the $7,000 signature leather package, you got this interior. The tops and bottoms of the door skins wrapped in leather. The entire dash wrapped in leather, matte carbon fiber on the door and the dash and everywhere you look, an Alcantara soft suede headliner. They really went all out with the signature leather package like this one has. Other interior options were the colors you could get on the Jeep Grand Cherokees. You could order these with bright red seats, beautiful tan seats, or like we've got, the black seats. You could also option the seatbelt to have a black seatbelt or a red seatbelt. There are a lot of really cool custom options you could get on a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT none of the other Jeep products had. And my favorite part about this entire Jeep Grand Cherokee, as little as it is these beautiful ridges that they have stitched into the seats, not only on the bolsters, not only the seats, but they even carried it onto the door. The attention to detail is the kind of things that make these Jeeps cemented in people's minds. And lots to be excited about even in the second row of your Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. The same leather trim on the seats, same leather attention to the top and bottom of the door skins, and same matte carbon fiber back here. Your rear seats recline, as well as they have their own heated seat functions. And looking up at that dual pane panoramic sunroof, you've got a beautiful, beautiful view from the second row. Now, around back of your Jeep Grand Cherokee, standard is a power liftgate. You can open your tailgate with the key fob or by just pressing the button on the handle. Nothing too surprising back here, just a large housing on the right-hand side where your subwoofer and amplifier are, and on the left-hand side, you've got a little storage bin for little knickknacks. Underneath the load floor, you can see a full-size spare tire because Jeep still wants you to go anywhere and do anything, and then wrapped around that spare tire are two more really convenient storage bins. All right, now that we're in the cockpit of your Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, you're first greeted by a bright red engine start button. You're then going to notice you've got a giant steering wheel with really thick grips, but it has a good amount of weight, so it feels really tight when you drive it. You've also got paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel, as well as on your right thumb, the functions for your cruise control and your adaptive cruise control. And when you stare through the steering wheel, you're greeted with a 300-kilometer-an-hour speedometer, which is almost egging you to push this Grand Cherokee to the limits. Inside the digital display, there's lots of great information. Of course, a large digital speedometer readout. You also have your vehicle information, everything from tire pressure to oil life, very standard things. But you also have a performance page, which shows you what the top speed of your vehicle ever has been. I'm gonna have to talk to my wife about her 182-kilometer top speed in there. You will also see your 0 to 100-kilometer-an-hour timer, your 0 to 160-kilometer-an-hour timer, as well as the ability to set track times, lap times, and everything else you'll need to have some fun with your Jeep Grand Cherokee. Below that, you can also put your driver assist functions in your digital display, as well as your fuel economy, your trip information, your audio, and then as well as adjust the settings, the different things that pop up in the top left and right corners of your digital display. Now in the center stack of your Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, most of you will have a Uconnect 4 radio. Unbelievably popular, unbelievably simple to use, and probably one of the best systems Uconnect has ever put in a vehicle. And the one most people like the most are going to be your SRT pages and your SRT dashboard. In the SRT dashboard, you can adjust your different drive modes. Currently it's in auto, and I do have the ability of changing what my auto mode drives like. I can adjust the transmission shift pattern. I can turn the paddle shifters on or off. I can adjust the way the stability responds. I can adjust the way the all-wheel drive reacts and where it puts the power and torque to. I can adjust the feel of the suspension, as well as I can adjust the feel of the steering. In the SRT dashboard, I can also adjust the shift light. So if I want my Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT to tell me when to shift, I can adjust exactly what RPM to set that up. And I also have the options of turning on my launch control and adjusting the RPM at exactly which it launches. Yes, this is a family SUV with launch control. Last one is the performance pages, where you can actually see all metrics important to you taking your Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT to the track. You will see everything from your home page with your current gear and your G-force, timers for doing laps, your different gauges to make sure you're not overheating, your engine history, how much power, torque you're using, as well as an in-vehicle dyno as well. And below that, we have real buttons for your climate control. So if you do still want to use manual buttons to adjust your climate, it's very easy. And then below that is your ability to turn on or off your self-parking, your parking sensors, your lane assist, your eco mode, and even your traction control. If you hold down your traction control, you can actually lock it off in case you really want to have some fun with it. And if you'd prefer to access your drive modes and launch control without going through your infotainment, Jeep has got this great knob which allows you to shift from snow mode, tow mode, sport mode, or track mode, all with the turn of a dial, as well as bring up your drive mode page on your infotainment screen to make any adjustments, quickly access your custom drive mode, which you create yourself, or instantly turn on your launch control and have it ready to burn rubber at a red light. So every time I talk to somebody about a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, I talk about having your cake and eating it too. You really can't have it all in a beautiful, luxurious package. That's right. The Jeep Grand Cherokee is stunning. It'll turn heads every single place it goes. The Jeep Grand Cherokee is safe with capable 4x4 modes, including a tow mode, snow mode, sport mode, and even the automatic mode. It's loaded up with every safety option you can find on the market today, from adaptive cruise control, lane assist, forward and rear parking sensors, and many, many, many more. It's also ultra fun. It's got a V8 engine in it that does 0 to 60 in only 4.4 seconds. It's got room for your family and all your stuff. Really, the Jeep Grand Cherokee does it all in an unbelievable package. If you are in the market for a vehicle that is sure to keep its value, since They're not making these anymore. You might want to hit me up and see if I can track you down one. You won't regret it.